High above the clouds, hidden among towering peaks, lies one of the most extraordinary places on Earth, Machu Picchu. Built by the Inca Empire and surrounded by the dramatic Andes Mountains, this ancient citadel feels like a bridge between history and nature. Mist rolls across stone terraces, steep green ridges stretch endlessly, and every view tells a story centuries old. In this video, we're exploring the mystery of Machu Picchu and the breathtaking beauty of the Andes, and discovering why this iconic destination continues to captivate travelers from around the world. What makes Machu Picchu so special? Machu Picchu is not just an old ruin, it is a living piece of history that has survived for over 500 years. Built by the Inca civilization somewhere around the 1450s, this ancient city sits at about 2,430 meters above sea level, hidden between two tall mountain peaks. What makes it even more fascinating is that the Spanish conquerors who came and destroyed so much of the Inca Empire never actually found this place. It stayed hidden for centuries until American explorer Hiram Bingham brought it to the world's attention in 1911. The city is made up of more than 150 buildings, including temples, homes, and royal palaces, all crafted from stone without any modern tools or machines. The Incas were so skilled that they cut and placed the stones so precisely that not even a blade of grass can grow between them. The construction is so advanced that it still puzzles engineers and architects today. Every year, around 1 million visitors come from all over the world just to stand where the Incas once stood and feel that powerful connection to the past. UNESCO recognized it as a World Heritage Site in 1983, and it was also named one of the new 7 Wonders of the World in 2007. The Andes Mountains, a world above the clouds. The Andes is the longest mountain range in the entire world, stretching for about 7,000 kilometers along the western side of South America. Peru sits right in the heart of it, and the Andes here are truly something else. These mountains are not just tall, they are part of daily life for millions of people who have lived in their shadows for thousands of years. The highest peak in Peru is Huascarán, which rises to 6,768 meters above sea level, making it one of the tallest mountains in the Western Hemisphere. The Andes are home to many ecosystems packed into one place. At the lower levels, you will find green valleys and farmland. As you climb higher, the air gets thinner, temperatures drop fast, and the landscape turns into open grasslands known as the Altiplano. Wildlife like llamas, alpacas, and the rare Andean condor call these mountains home. The condor is one of the largest flying birds in the world and has been a symbol of power and freedom for the people of the Andes for thousands of years. The Andes have shaped the culture, farming, and even the architecture of Peru in ways that continue to be visible today. The Incas built terraces on mountain slopes to grow crops at high altitudes, a system that is still in use in some communities. The Inca Trail, the most famous hike in the world. If you want to experience Machu Picchu the way the ancient Incas did, then the Inca Trail is the way to do it. This historic hiking route stretches for about 43 kilometers through the Andes Mountains and takes most people around 4 days to complete. It is one of the most famous and most booked hiking trails in the world. The trail passes through thick cloud forests, high mountain passes, and dozens of smaller Inca ruins before finally arriving at Machu Picchu through the famous Sun Gate, known as Inti Punku. Standing at the Sun Gate in the early morning and watching Machu Picchu slowly appear through the mist below is something that people say they never forget. The trail is challenging. The highest point reaches over 4,200 meters, and the altitude alone is enough to make even experienced hikers breathless. Permits are required, and they are limited to just 500 people per day, including guides and porters. This is done to protect the trail and the environment around it. The Quechua porters who carry gear along the trail are considered some of the strongest and most respected people in the hiking world. Booking a spot on this trail months in advance is a must, especially during the peak season between May and September. Sacred Valley, the heartland of the Inca Empire. Before heading to Machu Picchu, most visitors stop in the Sacred Valley, and for very good reason. This wide, green valley sits between Cuzco and Machu Picchu along the Urubamba River and was the agricultural heartland of the entire Inca Empire. The valley has a slightly lower altitude than Cuzco, which makes it easier to breathe and a perfect spot to get used to the elevation before heading higher. The towns of Pisac and Ollantaytambo are two of the most visited spots in the valley. Pisac is known for its colorful market, where local artisans sell handmade crafts, textiles, and jewelry that carry the patterns and traditions of the Inca culture. The ruins above the town include terraces, temples, and watchtowers that show just how organized and powerful the Inca civilization was. Ollantaytambo is even more impressive. It is one of the few places in Peru where the Incas successfully pushed back against the Spanish during the conquest. The site has massive stone terraces, a temple complex, and a system of water channels that still function today. Walking through this place gives you a real sense of what life looked like during the height of the Inca Empire. The Sacred Valley is also the gateway to the train that takes visitors directly to Aguascalientes, the small town at the base of Machu Picchu. Cuzco, the ancient capital you cannot miss. Cuzco, once the capital of the Inca Empire, sits 3,400 meters above sea level and blends ancient history with colonial charm. When the Spanish arrived, they built churches over Inca foundations, and the original stonework is still visible today. The massive fortress of Sacsayhuaman showcases enormous stones fitted perfectly without mortar, much like Machu Picchu. Cuzco's Plaza de Armas is the heart of the city and a gateway to the Sacred Valley. Add in world-famous Peruvian cuisine, from spicy stews to fresh ceviche, and Cuzco becomes an unforgettable experience. Lake Titicaca, the highest navigable lake in the world. No trip to Peru is complete without visiting Lake Titicaca. Sitting at an altitude of 3,812 meters above sea level on the border between Peru and Bolivia, this is the highest navigable lake in the entire world. It covers an area of about 8,300 square kilometers, making it also the largest lake in South America by volume. The lake is stunning, with water so blue and clear that it almost looks unreal under the bright Andean sky. But what makes Lake Titicaca truly extraordinary are the people who live on and around it. The Uros people have built and lived on floating islands made entirely from totora reeds for centuries. These islands are completely man-made and can actually be moved across the lake when needed. The reeds are also used to build boats and homes, creating a way of life that has changed very little over hundreds of years. Visiting the floating islands and meeting the Uros people is one of the most unique cultural experiences you can have anywhere in the world. The island of Taquile, also on the lake, is famous for its weavers. The men here knit while walking, and their textile art has been recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage. Lake Titicaca holds deep spiritual significance in Andean culture. According to Inca mythology, the sun god Inti created the first Inca king and queen from the waters of this very lake. Machu Picchu isn't just a landmark, it's a journey through time and nature combined. If this inspired your sense of adventure, hit like and subscribe for more incredible destinations across the globe. And watch the next video to explore another place where history meets breathtaking landscapes.